Welcome to Tanzania's Great Wildebeest Migration, probably one of the most iconic migrations of the world. Depending on which book or information you're reading, anything between 2.5 and 4.5 million wildebeest and up to 2 million zebras. All going in a circular motion, taking a year to complete. Many people think that the migration is a north to south and south to north type movement, but it's actually in a big circle that follows almost a full year to complete. Really is one of the most amazing wildlife spectacles in the world. In June, you'll find the bulk of the migration will be in the western corridors, which is obviously on the west of the Serengeti. And what we're seeing here in the video is less than 10% of the migration passing through what's known as the Wasabi Plains. In terms of the movement, they start down south with the herds moving at the slowest around about January and February, which is when they'll be in the short grass plains in the Ngorongoro Conservancy area. That's where they will stop or slow down at least to give birth. Then they move to the central Serengeti, where they'll be moving at fairly good paces in the morning and then stopping to graze in the evening. Then in June, they'll be heading into the western corridor, which is where we saw them. July, they'll be crossing the Mara River, the legendary iconic wildlife experience where the crocodiles are seen grabbing the wildebeest. I think everybody's seen the National Geographic footage of that. Then they go into the Masai Mara, which is in Kenya, returning sort of late August, early September, and then moving down the east in October, November, heading back down to start all over again and have their babies down south in the Ngorongoro Conservancy. One of the most amazing things to watch with the migration is not just the bulk of the animals, not just the sheer size of the migration, but also the predators that follow it. The lions and the hyenas that are taking off the wounded and the sick and the lame and converting that back. You've got the vultures that come along as a cleanup crew after the big predators have had their way, right down to eventually the skeletons being consumed by ants and sunburnt bones lying all over the place. 4 million animals. You can assume that out of that, at least 1.5 million would be mature adult females, meaning 1.5 million wildebeest calves every year that will either be consumed or grow up to be part of this magnificent spectacle that we call the Great Migration.